football league on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Miami Dolphins. All that and more coming up next.
We are about 15 miles north of downtown Miami. This is Hard Rock Stadium here in South Florida. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. We are about set for kickoff. Greg, talking to the coaches all week. We're so curious to see what's going to play out here at the start of this one.
And ideally, I think each of these teams is thinking, okay, we think this is how the game's going to unfold. This is our plan. This is how we're going to go attack. And if that's the case, great. But very rarely does that happen, Mike. So it's really the team that makes the best adjustments in real time, in between possessions, in between snaps. The team that adjusts the fastest and the most efficiently, they're the ones that come the end of the game, they tend to have the advantage.
Out is Eddie Pinheiro to get this one started. And off we go from South Florida. On the return, Malik Washington. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch, and only time's going to tell how this one plays out. But when he's on his game, they're due for a lot of points.
The lefty right to the air to start. That's taken in by Achane. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
That's already 2 catches for this guy, and we haven't even seen him hand the ball to him yet, and that's really what these running backs have become in the league. They're really just all-around weapons, and if the ground game's not working, you can go to the air, and vice versa. The more times this guy touches the ball, the better it is for this offense.
On 1st and 10, here's Tua. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Tua. Going for it all. He's got it! That long one's going to bring them 1st and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Hill brought in motion. Here's Achane. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Achan. And he'll get about halfway there. That's a gain of 2, down to the 2. Third and goal. They'll let the fullback try to push the pile. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
Man, even the big guy couldn't barrel ahead for just a couple yards and pick up that first. That's really impressive by that defensive front to not only hold up, but to force 4th down.
Hill brought in motion. They'll try it now with Achan. And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on downs.
Well, clearly this coach wanted to come out aggressive early. They decide not to settle for the field goal by going for it on 4th and goal, and they are turned away. What a great stop early in this game by this defense.
The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
When he was taken as the first overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's gotten some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen.
Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Hubbard. And he's going to be marked down up at the 12-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline, nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Quick throw here is... He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the defense has it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10, up at the 40. Young hands it to Hubbard. And he'll get up beyond the 40 to the 41-yard line. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks. Here's a 2nd and 9. Another run here with Hubbard. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks. Third and 5. Here's the pistol snap to Young. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And a pretty good punt there. The fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Now a stoppage here for an injured player. That's Jalen Waddle, who's in some discomfort. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap for Tua. The tight end, Jonnu Smith, secures it. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Second down and 8. Tua going to give it to Achane. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. From his interior spot, that's Derek Brown on the tackle. Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing is Tua. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Derek Brown, former 7th overall selection, gets the sack there.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
So on 4th down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Raheem Blackshear is set to return for the Panthers. This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion to the left. On 1st and 10, here's Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Tremble comes in motion. Shotgun snap, and they'll run. Here's Hubbard. And he'll take this up, working towards the 1st down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the 1st down. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Out of the shotgun, Young. Open man, right side. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
What that play call tells me is that play caller made up his mind. We're on 3rd and inches. If we don't get it, we're going for it on 4th down. So he really treated that 3rd down like 2nd down. They work the outside part of the field. Simple pitch and catch. It's a nice pickup.
And he'll get this just past the 45 as he's taken down. On 2nd down, a run with Hubbard. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Young gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. To throw is Young. Open man, left side. He's got it. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On the ground, this is Hubbard. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Here's Young to throw. There's a short one caught by Sanders.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
They'll motion over Thielen. From the gun here on third down, it's Young. And that's going to be picked by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. Not much room to operate there. He'll get only to about the 24. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. In motion, it's Waddle. Once again, it's Achane. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
3rd and long, and here's Tua. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's Jake Bailey now as he's standing right around his own goal line. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Set to go now on 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They're going to run right over center with Hubbard. That's a short pickup to about the 47. Javon Holland up to make the tackle. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Throwing is Young. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And we're back to South Florida after this. Here's Johnny Hecker now. He'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. On the return, here's Washington. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. A run out of the gun with Achane. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now it's Tua. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Here's Tungo Vailoa. He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. That is brought in. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Achane. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
2 yards from 6 points. It is 1st down and goal. They'll motion the tight end Smith. They'll run with Achane. And he will dive into the end zone. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Miami. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Jason Sanders on for the point after. His kick is good, and the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Velus Jones now on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. To throw, Young. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Here's Young. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for Carolina. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense and running back Devon Achane set to go to work once more. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa. Looking for Berrios downfield. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively all over him. And it'll be second down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On the handoff, this is Achane. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. Back to throw is Tua. He gets that to his tight end, Smith. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. On 1st and 10, it's Achane. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Here's a 3rd down and 4. In motion, it's Waddle. Tua now on 3rd down. He'll get this out wide. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
A pistol set with Tagovailoa. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Hill brought in motion. Throwing up. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
So on 4th down, the Dolphins turn to Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This one from 49. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. Raheem Blackshear on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's out of the gun, and it's Hubbard. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll go again with Hubbard. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Tremble comes in motion. He'll try to run for it with Hubbard. Call it a gain of 13. It's a Carolina 1st down.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
Here's 1st and 10. The motion man is Sanders. On 1st down, it's right back to Hubbard. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. The safety, Jordan Poyer, up to make the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. Another run here with Hubbard. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Tremble comes in motion. On 1st down is Young. That's over the middle to his tight end Sanders. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Young. Over the middle, he's got Leggett. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. On play action, Young. He runs with it.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here's 3rd and 7. Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Pinheiro had the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back out to kick it away. Washington now to return it, and he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Man in motion is Berrios. They'll start on the ground. It's Achan. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Receiver in motion, going right. Tua, gonna give it to Achan. Able to make one-man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
On comes the punter now, as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Panthers offense and their back Chuba Hubbard set to come back on the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. First and 10. The motion man is Sanders. Young to throw on first down. That into the hands of Hubbard. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. A second down throw for Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
3rd and 5. Back to throw, Young. Open man, right side, he's got it. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Panther first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. A throw left side caught by Sanders. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Young. Crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
From the gun here on third down, it's Young. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
On second down, Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. The Panthers, they're going to burn their third and final timeout. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? That one is caught beyond the pylon. Jatavion Sanders. Touchdown, Panthers.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
So now this to get them back to even heading into the break. He's got it. And the Panthers will tie things up. It's now 10-10. So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. This going to be returned from right around the goal line. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young set for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Young hands it to Hubbard. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's Young. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3. Here's Hubbard. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. The veteran Calais Campbell in there for the stop. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. On the give, it's Hubbard. And he's not going to get the first down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on 3rd and short.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
On now is the punt team for the Panthers, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Dolphins offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. Man in motion is Berrios. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Oh, they leave Hill wide open. How do they do that? And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
We see so many wide receivers in today's NFL that almost resemble more of a running back style. When they get the ball in their hands, not only are they able to pick up big yards, they're able to fight through tackles and make people miss. That's an element that a lot of offenses are searching for. Takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. That's taken in by Achane. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Hill brought in motion. Off play action, it's Tua. He's going to look deep for Tyreek. And he's in. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins go up by 7. It is now 17-10. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Jones now on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. Slot man in motion left. On 1st and 10, here's Young. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Throwing on second down, Young. There's that man again. Another catch.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way. Every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
On first down is Young. Secured by the veteran Adam Thielen. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
From the gun, it's Young. That's caught. It's the tight end Sanders. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look him up on a second down and 8. Throwing is Young. That's over the middle to his tight end Sanders. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
The motion man is Sanders. Young to throw on first down. That's to the right, caught by Sanders. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped, this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Man in motion, heading left. A second down throw for Young. Gonna set up the screen here to Hubbard. Stopped at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal. Out of the shotgun, Young. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Panthers will come back to tie things at 17. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Washington now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're going to try to keep it going. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Hill brought in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Once again, it's Achane. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. Blackshear to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Receiver in motion, headed left. Young gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Now Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Here's Young. Over the middle, he's got Leggett. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. They motion the slot man left. Young to throw on 1st and 10. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
A throw there, caught by Leggett. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, and they'll run. Here's Hubbard. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw is Young. That one complete to Leggett. And he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. They'll run with Hubbard. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Hubbard. And he will power his way into the end zone. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Pinheiro on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Panthers will go up by 7. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here's a handoff to Achane, running left. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Tua now on first down. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Devon Achane coming out of the backfield. And it'll be second down.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
They'll motion the tight end Smith. Tua will get this one out wide to Tyreek. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Back to throw is Tua. Now a screen set up for Achane. Give him 13 on that screen play and a first down.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Again, it's Tua. Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. That long one's going to bring them first and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
They'll motion the tight end Smith. Here's Achane. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Another one from the 5, second down and goal. In motion, it's Waddle. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And this time, he's in. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Miami. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with first down. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Here's the pistol snap to Young. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And third down coming up.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Punting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. Important punt here in this tie game late. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and Tua Tagovailoa making their way back out. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. He's got Berrios. It's complete. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 80 yards. Touchdown, Miami. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Now Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Here's Young. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. They'll run it. It's out of the gun, and it's Hubbard. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Second and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
First and 10. They'll go again with Hubbard. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Here comes Hubbard on a toss to the right. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. From the gun, it's Young. There's that man again, another catch. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up fourth down.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
They'll go for it with Hubbard. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a fourth down, fourth quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
Well, that play had no chance from the start. The running back was not even able to make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Give credit to that defensive line. That was an incredible effort, forcing that fourth down stop.
Tyreek Hill getting ready for this next drive along with the rest of the Miami offense. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Now a first down throw for Tua. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Here's Achane. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down. A shotgun snap for Tua. That one caught by Smith. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
High throw, but it's reeled in. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
Throwing again, it's Tua. That's taken in left side by Smith. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. You're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Tagovailoa working out of the pistol. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
It's back at the 8 now for 2nd and goal. In motion, it's Waddle. One more time, it's Achane. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. Now Tua. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll be 4th and goal coming up.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
So here comes Jason Sanders in a big spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So Sanders back out after making the field goal. He sends this one away. Jones now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Panthers offense and their running back set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Here's 1st and 10. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They'll put a receiver in motion right. Throwing on second down, Young. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Young. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Out of the shotgun, Young. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball. And let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with 1st down. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. And he finds Tyreek. And he will go all the way. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Sanders here for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Dolphins will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Jones now on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Panthers offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Here's Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
A 2nd down throw for Young. A short one there, caught by Tremble. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down is Young. His tight end Tremble over the middle. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
That into the hands of Hubbard. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
A throw left side caught by Sanders.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll send him over to the left. On 2nd down, Young. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
3rd down, 3 to go. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. And that'll be enough for a 1st down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
That one complete to Leggett. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that.
Good blocking, and he's in. Bryce Young, touchdown, Carolina. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Now, Pinheiro to add on the extra point. The kick is good. And the Panthers are able to cut the deficit to 10. So time here for the onside kick just in front of the 2-minute warning. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Tua gonna give it to Achane. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is.
Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. And in this case, the upright sent it right back.
This is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Gonna set up the screen here to Hubbard. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. On the handoff, this is Achane. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a give to Achane. Achane, a first down and then some. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida.